What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the top tips to help you guys get ready and prep for shiny, Gastly, COMM Day, and Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you excited about Gastly COMM Day? Is it the Pokemon you voted for? Because I'm excited. I love COMM Days. I mean, the shinies are amazing. It's a fun time. We have the extended play time right now, which is 6 hours. So if you cannot get enough shinies, this is definitely the time to play. So today we're gonna get into all the details to make sure that you guys are ready and prepped to go. But before I do get into it, I just want to let you know that there are a few GoFest shirts that are up in the shop right now. So just head on over to thetrainerclub.com. There is limited sizing, so if you guys do want it, make sure to get it. If you are in the US, it will ship today or tomorrow, and you will be able to get it before GoFest. If you're international, you're gonna have to wait. So now we're gonna get into everything we have to know, which starts off with the date and the time. It's gonna be on Sunday, July 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time for wherever you guys are. So get ready to get your shiny Gastlys on. Gastly evolved into Haunter, but the more important Haunter to Gengar is going to get you guys Gengar with Shadow Punch, which is going to be able to be evolved from Haunter into Gengar for a total of 8 hours. So during the entire event, you can evolve and get that move, and then 2 hours after, we have a window from 5 to 7 to be able to evolve, so make sure you take full advantage of that. If you haven't played with Haunter in the Great League or played against Haunter in the Great League, Shadow Punch charges very, very fast. And since Gengar and Haunter have a little bit higher on the attack stat, they are very spammy, not the best Pokemon or funnest Pokemon to play against. The bonuses are going to include increased spawns. Obviously, Gastly is going to be absolutely everywhere, which we will cover in some of my tips, so make sure you guys max out on that. We are going to have 3-hour incenses, so you're gonna need 2 for the entire duration. And then finally, we are gonna have 1/4 egg hatch distance. That does not mean that we are gonna combine it with the already half distance. It's just going to take over and override. So it will be 1/4 egg hatch distance. So if you're using regular incubators, 10-kilometer eggs are gonna go all the way down to 2.5 kilometers. If you are on super incubators, it's gonna go all the way down to 1.67. So if you guys have been taking my pre-prep tips and been stocking up on as many 10-kilometer eggs as possible, this is going to be a great time for you guys. 2 more things that we do need to cover. We do have the box, the COMM Day box, which is going to be 1,280 coins. That's going to include 30 Ultra Balls. It's going to include 2 Super Incubators, and then it's going to include 2 Incenses. So if you guys do want a fast Elite TM, this is going to be a great thing for you guys to buy. But if you don't need a fast Elite TM, or you're not really that impressed with those TMs, this probably would not be the box for you. Additionally, one more thing, there's going to be a 99-cent research add-on event. And when I say add-on, that's in addition. COMM Day is always free, don't get it confused. But this is probably going to give you something around 14,000 Stardust. It's probably going to give you a Poffin, as well as a couple other things as well, including a Gastly encounter, which could be shiny. So if you guys do desire to do this, you can do it. And anybody that does participate in these 99-cent events, you also get a small badge in your bag. So if you guys do like to collect the badges, this is definitely something for you guys. So with all of that said, we have the details laid out. We're now going to start with my top tips to make sure you guys are ready, prepped to go, to maximize completely and fully on Gastly COMM Day to get as many shinies in Pokemon Go. Starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be focused on from right now all the way up until Sunday. So guys, if you don't have balls, you need to start stocking up on your balls. But wait, we do have GoFest. So if you are participating in GoFest, in my GoFest pre-tip video, if you guys want to check it out up here, we'll get into more specific tips coming next week. But focusing right now, we're on the Gastly COMM Day. So you guys are going to want to stock up on Great Balls and Ultra Balls. I suggest if you're going to be playing in GoFest, you save every Ultra Ball you possibly can get, which we will talk about it in a later tip, but I'm also going to reference it now, that during this day, we also get tasks that are going to give us Great Balls as well as Ultra Balls. So both of these things are going to be important because you can keep stocking and hoarding up on those Ultra Balls for GoFest, because I suggested, if you guys do have a maxed out bag or anything like that, 1,000 Ultra Balls is going to be my benchmark for myself. I'm already at almost 700 right now, and we're about 2 weeks out. So I'm sitting pretty good. I'm confident that I can get to 1,000 because I'm going to be catching as many as possible. Additionally, for this event, I'm going to suggest only using red and blue Pokeballs. Don't go into the Ultra Balls if at all possible if you're playing in GoFest. If you're not playing in GoFest, disregard this and use all of your Ultra Balls and Great Balls. Because Gastly's not the most challenging Pokemon to get, and you should be able to get away with using a Golden Raspberry and a Great Ball to be able to catch any shiny you possibly can. So save the Ultra Balls, keep stockpiling them up. This is a great time to really exponentiate those balls, especially when we are going to be able to have them in research tasks. Additionally, if you haven't been playing for long, Gastly is probably a rare Pokemon for you. For me, also going into GoFest, I recommended 500 Pineapple Berries minimum in order for GoFest. So if you do want to Pineapple Gastlys, for me personally, I've been playing since day basically 1, probably like day 4 or 5, but I've been through many Halloween events. I have around 5,000 Gastly candy. I am totally good with the Pineapple Berries. I don't need to worry about that. But here's the thing as well, which we will talk about in the trading tips, which is going to come after the event. There's also going to be a catch for trading Gastly that's going to help save you candy. And then I also suggest clearing out your Poke Storage as much as possible. For GoFest, my goal, which is going to be a very lofty and tough goal for me because I have a lot of Pokemon saved, I'm going to have to start splitting ties with a lot of those things. I want to have 1,000 free spaces in my bag for GoFest. I do not want to be impeded throughout the entire day, maybe once or twice to be able to go through my bag and clear out. I do not want to be more than once or twice going through hundreds of Pokemon to try to clear them out. I want to do that at the end of the day, after my day's done, and then I can go through and see all of the things I got. I have more than enough room to save up shinies, to save up any Pokemon I want to trade, and anything like that. So that's my goal. But going into Gastly Comm Day, if I can get to 500 spaces, I am already on my way. So use the Gastly Comm Day as a jump point to get to your ultimate goal. Like, hey, 50% of my goal, bag cleaned out, needs to be done by Gastly Comm Day. That's what I suggest you guys do. Which, all of that said, that's now going to lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be leading up to the event. So this is basically Sunday in the morning before the event starts. So at this time, if you guys have been listening to my pre-prep tips, you already have a decent amount of 10-kilometer eggs. Some of you guys may be like, how do I get 10-kilometer eggs? The only thing that I really know that works, number 1 is Adventure Sync Mondays. If you walk over 50 kilometers and you have 2 free egg spots open at 9 a.m., majority of the time, 99% of the time, you're gonna get at least one 10-kilometer egg. So every Monday you can get a guaranteed one 10-kilometer egg. Number 2, the other thing that you can do is just keep hatching eggs and keep spinning stops. I know that doesn't sound super strategic, but that's really the only way that works. It's just hatch and spin a stop, hatch, spin a stop, and hopefully get that egg for you. So now that we got that, we're now gonna get leading up to the event. So right before the event starts, or even 30 minutes before, number 1, on the entire Sunday day, do not complete any research tasks in the area that you're going to be playing, because all of those stops will change over to the Gastly Comm Day stops, which are going to give you Great Balls, Ultra Balls, and Pineapple Berries, and those Ultra Balls are going to be crucial for the GoFest. Number 2, leading up to the event, do not catch any of the Pokemon in the immediate area, because all of those spawns will be boosted and they will change over, majority of them, to the Gastly spawn. So be careful catching those Pokemon, because you want to have as many Gastlys as possible and you want to be able to stock up. Number 3, I would suggest do not put on an egg if you just hatch one before the event, or what you can do is start playing before the event and walking that egg to try to get it to hatch almost when the event starts. As soon as that happens, wait till that 11 o'clock time and then use your incubator for the next egg, because then it's gonna go from 1/2 distance to 1/4 distance to be able to help you max out. And then also, you guys may consider doing some premium lures. The reason why I like premium lures is they spawn stuff faster. I'm gonna have a great video coming out for you guys very soon as regards to the premium lures. But most importantly, the incenses are gonna be the number 1. You're just gonna need 2 for the entire time, which we will cover my other tip in a second. So getting into the event, you're gonna need to know the IVs for the PvP. So obviously we want 100% IVs for the Master League for the Gengar. So anything close to the 100% IVs or traded, which we will cover, is going to be efficient for that. Number 2, we want to have Haunter for the Great League. We also wanna have Gengar in the Great League and the Ultra League. So what are the IVs that are gonna match up? Haunter is gonna be 115-14 at level 28 for a 100% IV in the Great League. Gengar in the Great League is going to be 0-13-13, and then Gengar in the Ultra League is going to be 0-15-14. And then finally, if you do have the ability to get out into a downtown area, make sure to get into the densely spawned downtown area with a ton of Pokestops and gyms, preferably that you are silver or a gold in for the maximum amount of items replenishment. With all that said, we are now going to get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be at the start of the event. So guys, right when the event starts, you want to put on 2 of your incenses. So here's the thing. If you want to max out fully on what I'm about to tell you, you can go ahead and use more incenses. So during this 6-hour period, you're going to be able to use incenses for a total of 3 hours. And if you guys do know, you can stack items for up to 24 hours for 8 total, as opposed to previously what would be 24. So do remember, guys, that we are also going to be in Go Fest Week 3 Challenge, which is going to have Shiny Bellsprout as well as Petalil that are going to be spawning in the wild. So if you guys want to max out on that beyond just the Gastly Comm Day, it might be in your best interest to go ahead and use these incenses beyond the event. So if you truly want to max out on this 24-hour period, what you would do is for the first 3 hours, you would not use an incense. At virtually 1:55, you would start your incense and you would just stack up on as many as possible. And then you would have to set an alarm, because at 4:55, you're gonna have to put on 1 more incense, because then that's gonna push you to 24 hours out. Because if you start at 11:01, you cannot get that extra 3 hours back. It doesn't like push and then discount it by a couple minutes. That's not what happens. It has to be able to be pushed on for 24 hours for these incenses. So if you guys do want to go on a crazy grind, it will even last you until the next day, which is crazy. Think about it. At 5 p.m., if you do this properly, that you're going to be able to have incenses on. So in my opinion, that's heavily worth it. Also, what you're going to want to do is start opening right when the event starts any of your friend gifts that you have had stocked up. I always recommend you guys save until Comm Days with a bunch of friends, pop a lucky egg, and get those guys going. And then also, right when the event starts, you need to put on all of your incubated eggs, because they're going to be quarter distance. So the best thing here to do, and I have virtually 9-10 kilometer eggs. I have 1 revolving spot. I'm going to hatch all those, and then my goal is to try to get 9-10 kilometer eggs again before Go Fest starts that next Saturday, which is going to take a little bit of effort and time, but I think I can at least get some of them. And when you guys do get close to hatching those 10 kilometer eggs, do make sure to put on a star piece if you're hatching through a 9 stack of eggs, because that stardust is definitely worth it on a star piece. And then you can max out during that time frame. Would I suggest star pieces the entire time? Without that, if you guys have an abundance of star pieces and you spend a lot of money on this game, or one of the 2 or both, what you can do is use star pieces, because the spawns are so boosted. The one thing is, always keep that 12 star piece minimum benchmark if you guys do not have a surplus or aren't going to buy more, because future Comm Day events with 3 times catch stardust is more lucrative from that. So now that you guys are ready in the start of the event, we are now going to go to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be during the event. So now that we are already started, we have the beginning prepped, we're ready to go, we are now during the event. So Gastly is going to be a poison and a ghost type Pokemon, meaning it's going to get boosted in 2 conditions, which are going to be foggy as well as cloudy weather. So if either of those conditions do persist, you guys are going to be getting more stardust, so congratulations. So Gastly, if it's going to be at research level, 100% IV is going to be 527. Or if you're able to hatch it or you raid for it, it's going to be 702. So with all these stats and everything I do tell you guys, if you guys do want to get my graphic that I'm going to put out, I put out a graphic to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on, and you're able to reference some of the stats that I talk about. You can check out any of my social medias at the Trainer Club with 2 B's, or you can get in my Discord as well, or even check the community tab in my YouTube videos. This is the time where I highly suggest you guys are very proficient on the quick catch trick or the skip animation catch trick. If you guys want to check it out, you can do it up here. That's just basically being able to help and catch as many Pokemon as possible in the fastest amount of time. It's going to get you more shinies, more Stardust, more XP. Everybody's going to win during this time frame. So now that we're ready, we are prepped, we're going. We are now going to go on to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be at the end of the event. So guys, here's the cool thing about Gastly. Once you trade it, you can evolve it from Haunter into Gengar for 0 candies. It's virtually 100 candies or a trade. So this is where trading is going to come super imperative for you guys that do not have a lot of candy. So 25 plus 100, that's 125. You're either going to do 125 per evolution, or you are going to do 25 per evolution if it is a traded Pokemon. So if you guys are looking to get even more Gastly candy, what you can do is trade it over 100 kilometers, which is going to give you 3, which would probably mean that you guys are going to have to save some and then trade with a friend later. But then you're not going to be able to get in that 2-hour window afterwards to be able to evolve with the Shadow Punch, which is super crucial. So I would suggest trading as many as possible. Keep on going, try to get as many luckies as possible. The only way to get as many luckies as possible is to trade as much as possible. You get 100 trades per day, so take full advantage of that. So guys, that's gonna do it. Make sure to get out there, get as many shiny Gastlys as you possibly can. If you so desire to lucky trade it, you can do that with the shiny with a friend. That's definitely a way to be able to get a shiny lucky Gengar with Shadow Punch, which is gonna be valuable. I am definitely excited for this. So thank you to all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.